synopsis for all those nerds out there.
The Thomas Bryant jockstrap, get him out of here!
How does that not indicate to you, like, hey, sometimes, like, these prospects are awesome?
Donald, get back! They snatched that chain, boy. Get back! What y'all gonna do about it? Popeye snatched that chain. Get back! We want that snack wrap. They got 3 flavors. Y'all got 1. Get back!
Hey, everybody. Welcome into The Big Factor here on the Big Play Sports Network, presented by FanDuel. I'm Ryan Tyler. He's Jack O'Rourke. He's Nick Padone. He's Rob Watson. Today is a kind of beautiful, kind of dreary outside. Weather felt good, though. Wednesday, August 20th, 2025. Guys, I would be remiss if I didn't start off the show by asking Rob and Jack how their golf went.
You know, it was a great day. It was the best day of my golfing career by far. Max Loeb gave me a little bit of advice to lift it up a tiny bit. So, yeah, you know, I'm excited. Things went well out there. I think the play of the day, probably we're going 4th hole. Took a nice little Jackson dart off the tee about 165 yards forward. Looked down, grabbed the tee immediately. Loeb was fired up for me, and from there we just fired, and we blew him the fuck out.
Now,
it poured, didn't it?
Jack,
we poured while we were out there, yeah.
Jack, what was your best shot of the day?
The one I just said.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was the final score?
Final
'Cause
score.
I believe it was you and Rob.
We went 3-1.
It was me and Faf versus Loeb and Jack.
Okay.
Max
So we
Loeb looking
split
like
it up.
prime LeBron, Miami Heat James out there on the golf course.
So how did you shoot, Rob?
I actually didn't do too bad. I told Faf that's probably the best I ever played too, honestly. Like, personally, I'm not very good. I thought me and Jack were both doing pretty well. Like, we were kind of hitting safety shots, I guess, because we couldn't hit it as far. But we could get it kind of straight and onto the fairway. But, you know, we just didn't have enough. We had a slight comeback going, and then Loeb just hit 2 amazing shots, and then it kind of snuffed it out. And then the best we could do was tie, and then we tied the last 2 holes.
Did you guys both feel as though you walked out of that golf course better than you entered?
Yes. I think Joey and Max gave us both some good pointers. I was driving the
That's all
ball
that
low
matters.
and to the side, and then after a couple pointers from Faf, I was getting like 170 to 200 on a couple drives.
That's all that matters. Did those lessons from Joe Meglin pay off?
Yeah, shout out to Joe. I wasn't always doing what he told me, but when I did, it was working, so I'll take it, bro.
That's good. All right, guys. Browns win total. These odds, of course, courtesy of FanDuel. Over 5.5 wins right now on FanDuel Sportsbook. You can get that at -160. Over 6.5, that's when you jump to +230.
Value?
And then, under 5.5 wins, that's -160. Over 5.5 is +135. That makes sense. So I figure what we'll do today is we'll play a little schedule game.
Ooh.
And we have 4 people. So if the vote is 2-2, shout out Joey Faf,
Joseph!
who's made an appearance on here, is going to be our tiebreaker.
Bang!
So I say, what do you guys say we jump right into it?
Let's get it.
Yeah,
All right,
Let's go, Browns.
Week 1, the Browns are home against the Cincinnati Bengals. Words of John Fanta, must win. Who wants
Dude,
to start?
Fanta's right. I've thought about that quote since he said it on Big Play Cleveland on Monday. He's so right. It kind of does feel like Ryan, pull that thing up.
He cooked,
He
bro.
did. Like, dude, look at this.
It's that first 4, man.
That Bengals defense is terrible, and then you go to Baltimore.
terrible.
I know we've talked about like maybe you could catch Green Bay at home. I just think like that early in the season they're gonna be fine. Like that's before injuries or anything weird could really happen. Like that Bengals
Here-
I got Browns got to win week 1.
Here's
It's
the
gotta
thing
be a
with that.
dub.
If you're going to be one of the people that bet the over 5.5,
It's gotta be
this
a win.
certainly feels
Has
like a must win.
Has to be
Yeah,
a win.
This is going to be one of those
Has
games
to
that
be a win.
week 1,
'cause we're not gonna get 'em
early
late.
September, we're already talking about must wins.
so
here in
are we
Cleveland.
spotting them? Are we going bingo?
That's what I'm
free
worried about,
space?
is
Are we
be-
spotting them a win right here?
Because of one, you're going to find games that you're going to struggle to be able to have a good actual explanation for having the Browns win. And this is one that you actually can. It's the fact that the Browns are home. It's the fact that the history between the Bengals, for some reason, they oddly play them very well. And then it's the defense, the fact that you have Joe Flacco out there. If you're able to go score 35 points, which is a lot, you actually have a chance of beating the Bengals. I'm going to go win.
I'd go win.
What stresses me out a little bit about win is there's been so much made about like the fact that the Bengals start slow, 0-2 start the last couple years. They're playing guys in the preseason trying to shake that. Like at some point that trend has to end and the Bengals are going to win week 1. But let's just try to hope Flacco I'll spot him a win. I'll have us winning week 1.
Okay, so we're Jack, did you have them as a win? Well, technically it wouldn't matter.
I mean, no, I actually had him as lose, but it doesn't matter either
Okay.
way.
So
It's a ceiling floor.
1-0.
thing. We'll figure out.
1-0. We might be going to the Super Bowl.
as we go along.
Week 2.
Loss.
Week 2 in Baltimore. Do we need to really explain?
Lamar goes for 500 yards combined, probably about 3 rushing touchdowns, maybe 4 passing if he's feeling good. Spread it out. I don't even know if Zay Flowers is healthy. DeAndre Hopkins. I don't know whoever's out there. I could be out there at receiver. Game time.
Jack, when Frank the Tank puts out after the Mets
scores?
after the Mets lose and he puts out the scores and they're all really this is Ravens
one of them.
100, Browns 3.
One of them. Yeah.
But if there's going to be one last Joe Flacco moment in the sun, it will come in M&T Bank Stadium week 2. Calling that right now.
All right, so 1-1.
1-1.
Week 3, I can't in good faith give them a win. I don't care if they're home over the Green Bay Packers. I'm assuming Jordan Love's going to be playing. They're just too well coached with Matt LaFleur.
I'm the same way. And dude, you even the heart palpitation that I had when the tweet came across my feed that Denzel Ward was out at practice with all those Green Bay receivers, and this defensive backfield is a little bit suspect. Even when Denzel's healthy, I got to give that to Green Bay as well.
I think it's a toss-up. I'll agree with the loss. But I think it's 50-50. That's one of the ones we got a chance to win, bro.
Well, it doesn't really matter, Jack.
We're
But
1 and 2.
Oh, okay. 1-2, week 4 in Detroit.
Skip.
Jameer Gibbs
So,
again, 80 yards, touchdown.
1-3 heading into London. The Browns are the home team. Doesn't really matter. This is where it gets interesting because the Vikings, I believe the last time we played overseas was against them. Not that it has anything to do with it. That's just an interesting nugget. But it's J.J. McCarthy, likely, if bearing injury, in London. That's not a good formula. The Browns do have a chance, but Kevin O'Connell is a damn good coach.
Could this be the first QB change of this season as well? That's another thing that we haven't factored in is that we know Flacco's going to start this season, but if you're 1-3, what's the leash looking like? Does Kenny Pickett still exist? Is this a Kenny Pickett?
You'd like to imagine.
I'm about to say loss
I'd
every
like
week
to
if we're
imagine
assuming
that
Kenny.
if they do take Joe Flacco out, it has to be after that London game.
I'd agree. However, I can't ignore the fact that the Vikings did what they did last year. I get that it's a completely different quarterback. Is Addison back by now? Yes. Give me
Nick,
Minnesota.
you talk about Frank the Tank stats. Justin Jefferson's going to have 11 catches for 219 yards and 4
If
touchdowns.
Denzel's healthy, they're going to throw to
Yeah,
everyone
and
else.
Greg Newsom's going to be pointing
It'll
at
be
Casey
Addison,
the whole entire
bro.
time.
But the
It'll be
thing is,
Addison.
Browns defense, if
Or
it's good,
Hawkinson.
if the Browns are a top 10 unit at that point,
I'm
and Joe
low-key-
Flacco can still sling the ball overseas, man. I mean, you're playing a rookie quarterback.
I'm putting win here.
I am too, damn it.
I'm putting win.
All right, so that's
Joey, tiebreaker
Joey tiebreaker. What's
for London? Here.
London?
Hey!
So
All
we're
right,
two.
we found 2 wins.
We're 2 and 3.
We found 2 wins.
We're 2 and 3 headed into Pittsburgh. I'm gonna go now.
I'd also go loss.
Place you haven't won in such a long time.
I was in the stadium, it's just there's something about the energy. We were completely dominating them. I watched Nick Chubb die on the field.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Lost.
I'm actually gonna go with a win in this one. I could, I don't know. I've only picked a division win so far. I picked us to lose every other game, but I don't know. I could just see this being a weird. Kenny Pickett does play. You make the flip. He beats his old team at home, so we get
I
like
could see that.
we get a Jameis type of meme, cool, fun win. But also it makes Kenny Pickett be the starting quarterback an extra 2 weeks longer. So really, it does damage more than it helps in the long run.
We will never win.
I
a
could
game
see
at
that
Heinz.
scenario.
I'm still going Al.
I'm
will
still
So
go.
2 and 4
I try to talk you guys
headed
that
into
one.
week 7. Hey,
At home against
I've
Miami.
been adamant that I think Miami is going to be the most fraudulent team in the AFC this season.
This is a win.
I could see Tyreek Hill being off the team by week 7. First of all, if things think about it, if things aren't going well,
Back in
Tyreek Hill is
KC.
already a diva. You see all the offseason drama. That's what I thought made Jalen Waddle one of the most interesting fantasy picks. And I just don't like. Here's the thing. One, if Tua is not playing at that point, you can give the Browns a win. I would like to think, even if Tua is playing at home against the Miami Dolphins, I actually have the Browns winning this game.
So the deadline, Ryan, to your point, the deadline is November 5th. This game is the 19th of October.
Right.
So
You're getting towards that point. It might
Things
be a-
start
yeah.
getting,
Give me win.
I'll take, bro. But who's guarding? If
Yeah, I
Tyreek
was-
and Waddle
I
are
was
both on
gonna
the
say
field,
loss.
I got a loss.
I'm throwing up the loss
Name
too.
one player on the
Fab.
Dolphins defense. Name one player.
yes.
See, we're gonna keep doing 2 and 2 and end up at 10 and 6 because Joey Faff.
Facts.
So are we.
Facts.
So are we.
So Joey's a tiebreaker. So right now,
You just named 3 players. So, I mean, they got some offense. But, I mean, if we're stopping the run and they don't go for $5 million in the air, what else do they have?
All right, so
on the team?
Ryan, what are we at?
so we're at 3-3 headed into week 8.
Wow.
Or excuse me,
No, we're 3-4.
3-4
Yeah, 3-4.
headed into week 8.
I have lost.
We're
though.
alive.
I
We're
have
in
a
the
loss
hunt.
here.
We never win in Foxborough either.
Yeah,
And
fear,
Vrabel and the Vrabel factor.
Drake may break out here.
I do
Loss.
fear that's a loss. Okay, so we're headed into the bye week at 3-5.
3 and 5 isn't
Now
the
this
worst
is
thing
when you
ever.
can make the quarterback change.
And Kevin
But this is
out
when the
here.
schedule gets sweet.
Here's where the schedule softens, and Kevin out of the bye. You know, like say what you will about Kevin Stefanski as a head coach, but when you give him an extra week to script that first, if I could place a bet right now on FanDuel that Week 10 against the Jets, the result of the first Browns offensive drive would be a touchdown, I'd hammer it because
You give him
when you
two
give
weeks,
you
Kevin
give him
14
time.
days to
Fanta,
an opening drive.
Fanta said Kevin Stefanski's been thinking about that opening drive for
For
6
6
months.
months against the Bengals. Give me a win in New York against the Jets.
I have a win in New York too. I think the Jets
Win.
are a bottom barrel.
It
team in
won't
the
even
AFC.
be Fields at this point. I don't even know who. will
Who's
be
their
out
head
there.
coach? Aaron
Aaron
Glenn?
Glenn.
Why did they
Probably
do
not
that?
Ben.
Why did they go defensive coach to another defensive coach?
Win.
So okay, so right now heading into Baltimore, will Baltimore be coming home
4
to
and
Cleveland?
6.
4-6 is the Browns record. Here's what we're gonna do, guys. I want to take a quick break. When we get back, we'll finish up the rest of the schedule. 4-6 going into Week 11. I think a lot of Browns fans would actually be
Seen
pretty
worse.
happy about that.
Seen
We're
worse.
2 wins away.
We'll do the rest when we get back right here on the Big Factor. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Big Factor here on the Big Play Sports Network. Ryan, Tyler, Jack O'Rourke, Nick Pinone, Rob Watson. Got to tell you about our friends over at Fairway Ford. Fairway Ford, Ohio is the biggest Ford truck dealership in the entire state. They have the largest selection of Ford F-150s and Super Duty trucks, and they won't be beat on price by any other Ford dealer. You see right above me, Fairway Ford summer sale is still going on, so there's never been a better time to make that short drive to Canfield, Ohio to save thousands of dollars while you peruse over 500 vehicles in stock on their lot as we speak right now. Again, that short drive to Canfield could save you thousands of dollars. Fairway Ford, the largest inventory of new Ford trucks, the lowest pricing and same hometown level of service. Scan the QR code now or go give their website a visit, fairwayfordohio.com. That's fairwayfordohio.com. All right, guys, we're continuing our Browns schedule game. We take a look. We're at week 11. Baltimore comes to Cleveland. We're 4-6. Still in the hunt, technically. We already lost to week 2 in Baltimore. We saw Jameis win last year when Baltimore came to town.
Come on.
Yeah,
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. We pick up random midseason wins against them, though. Like,
but everyone
random.
ha-ha'd my Joe Flacco one last run in week 2.
Let's end
We
Baltimore.
never beat them early in Baltimore. When they come home, though, we kind of surprise them. Granted, it's usually against like Tyler Huntley.
I'm gonna go now.
We're losing this game.
Okay.
I'm lost.
Fine.
LJ Era 8 is not going 1-1 against the Browns.
4-7. We make the trip to Sin City to play Gino and Pete and Ashton Genty and Brock Bowers. That scares me. The fact that you're away, I'm going and lost.
By
This could
then,
be a
they're
win,
gonna
but
be
this to me is going to be a loss.
By week 12, Genty's going to be like a top 5 back. And Bowers is a nightmare.
When's the last time that the genuinely
never
this is
win
me
out there
asking,
either.
in the Pacific time zone? I would love to
Yeah.
ask
Never.
Stat Muse, when's the last time the Browns have won a game?
It'll be a
MPT?
painful loss, too. Like, it'll be one where we should have won, and they just completely fumbled.
I feel like Baker's rookie year, a heartbreaker against the
Some
Raiders.
bad.
But I don't know. The Vegas flu is a real thing for these pro athletes. And coming off a tough loss against the Ravens, it might be around still. But a case might break out.
Okay, week 13, San Fran comes home.
We own them.
You would
They
say,
gotta fly here too.
and we'll see how healthy they are.
We own them. Give me a win. in versus San Fran. Give me a win.
I used
can't-
a black magic on them 2 years ago. I'm going loss.
I'm going loss. I
Yeah,
can't.
Christian McCaffrey, Brock
He won't
Purdy.
be playing.
There's a
much.
good chance he won't be playing, but
We're like losing one guy away at every
Fellas,
position
we're
from having a lot of
firmly
holes, too.
stuck at 4 wins.
All right.
so we're at 4-8.
4-8.
Yeah.
4-8.
But is this Shadur now after
we're
the
4
Niners loss?
No. We're 4-9 headed into week 14. Correct? My math would be right on that? Because that'd be 13 games.
I
Yeah.
think it's 8, but we got the
We had to
bye.
have a bye. So you're at 4-8. 4-8. My mistake.
And that's when you
Week
flip.
14, could we see Shador versus Cam Ward in Cleveland?
Definitely not.
Browns win.
You flip.
I think we win though.
Shadur's debut in the new Alpha Dogs jerseys. That the money line's got to be minus 10,000 if you're setting the line on that.
I like the thought of our defensive line against a rookie quarterback in this game. And I know that same argument could be made for the Minnesota game because J.J. McCarthy hasn't seen much in the National Football League, especially through 5 weeks. But I think Jim Schwartz just has the sauce that's going to drive Cam Ward nuts.
Those
Doesn't
are
Miles
Rob, are you
have like
hungry for that
ridiculous
sauce?
stats against rookie
what?
QBs too?
For the
For
D-line.
Jim Short
I
sauce?
like that, but I don't like that we're catching them late though. I don't like that we're playing Genty and Ward like 12 and 13.
I'm going to W for the Titans.
I think we
Yeah.
can win, but
so,
he's
So, Jack, what'd you say?
For this game?
Yeah. Titans.
Shadur's gonna win. Yeah.
All right, so we're at 5 wins.
5-8.
We've done it.
Are we really at 5-8?
yes.
Week 15 away the Bears. I'll give us an L.
Loss.
That's a win.
Loss.
Let me say that's a winnable
It's a
game.
Winnable
Winnable
game, but it's a
game.
lot. You're probably going to be
So-
6-point underdog in that game,
So we're
even coming off a win.
5-9.
Yeah.
And then I got them losing all.
Yeah, I
three of
mean-
these you could pack up.
Yeah,
One of
I got
these we're
3
gonna get a
losses,
free
too.
win. One of these we're gonna get a free win.
So that's funny because we're looking at these last 3 weeks and right at that total. We're at 5. We need one more to go over 5.
we'll win one of those games. Someone's gonna rest their starter.
No, I think no, because like the Bengals will still be playing them because the Ravens probably win the division. So week 18, you're going to see their guys too. But let me ask you guys that. So let's say we end it. What would that be? 5-12? Is that what we settled on?
Yeah.
For the Browns. If we're 5-12, Shadur comes and wins his first start, but then you lose 4 games in a row to end the year. That is not typically a position a head coach gets kept around in.
Nope.
Well, we'll see. So our official big factor prediction is 5-12.
Yes.
So then we would bet under 5.5.
I'm smacking the over low key. I don't know.
Jim. I think it's a rough year for
I'm
that.
under. I've
I'm
got
under,
this
too.
team at 4 or 5 wins, and I would love nothing more to be wrong on that. Like, and you see a realistic path. Like when Ryan pulls up this schedule,
6 and
you
11.
see a realistic path where, like, if the Vrabel-led Patriots aren't what we're making them out to be, maybe you could find a win there. You know, Vegas, there's going to be all Browns fans, so that's technically going to be a home
Are the
game.
Bears all hype
the,
again?
but the travel is just too much. Yeah, the Bears with Caleb. Like, can you catch the Pittsburgh on a down day on
Maybe
either
Green
of those
Bay is
matchups?
like
I think
that.
you could say
Is Green
this
Bay
is
like
what's
that?
tough. Like
to-
week 5 to week 10, any of those teams could theoretically have a terrible year. I
Yeah,
think.
like
If only you caught the Bills in week 17, because I think by then they'll have the division packed. I
Yeah.
wonder if they'll be that good enough. And let's say the Dolphins are pooped.
Mitch Trubisky would beat us.
The
Where it's
Patriots
just-
and Jets, like they were. I wonder if it's possible with 3 games remaining that the Bills could already have clinched.
No, because
Which is crazy.
No,
though.
Ryan.
I know
all
that's
my
absurd,
all my
and not
friends are Bills
likely.
fans, and all they say about that game is like, if we have Mitch, we'll beat you guys.
And that
You
would
ain't-
probably be the bow on that division. So Josh Allen's going to come in and fuck on the Browns in the rest of the last 2 weeks.
If
Yeah.
it was
All right,
Bills
5
week
wins.
18,
5
it
wins.
would've
I think
been
that's pretty much the
free.
consensus.
yeah, 5
All right.
wins.
Let's take a break. When we get back, well, we haven't gone 5-12, but they have, at least some sites, have the Browns ranked dead last in the AFC. I don't agree with that. We'll talk about it when we get back on The Big Factor. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Big Factor here on the Big Play Sports Network presented by FanDuel. Ryan Tyler, Jack O'Rourke, Nick Pino, Rob Watson. Before we talk about the Browns being the bottom dwellers of the AFC, gotta tell you about our friends at Garage Beer. Garage Beer comes in just two flavors, classic light lager as well as that classic lime. No frills, no bitterness, no IPAs. It's just beer the way you want beer to taste, and that's of course beer flavored beer. Scan that QR code now or go give their website a visit. drinkgaragebeer.com to find local retailers who sell garage beer near you. Again, that's drinkgaragebeer.com. All right, guys. Browns, Jack. So whose list is this?
This is Austin Mock's projections for this year. He got 8 of the playoff teams right last year, so he's coming off a hot year in terms of how he's projecting.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
He does not have a lot of sunshine and rainbows for the Browns this year.
All right, fellas, let's run through this. We'll start at the top, get to the Browns. It'll take a while. Number 1, they have the Buffalo Bills, 11.2 wins. Ravens, 11 wins. Chiefs, 10.9 wins. Bengals, 10 wins. That's the top 4.
How do you get 10.9?
And that's just like
average, like
the average of the simulations
like,
they run.
and then like schedule
Can't get
toughness.
0.9.
I'm with all of those. Makes
Okay.
sense.
5 through 8.
You look Bengals at 10 wins? Like that locked?
Bengals at 10 is a lot. But dude,
Here's the thing: if the Bengals, that's what makes we'll talk about MVP's futures. Like if the Bengals win 11 games, I think, and make the playoffs. Obviously, at 11 games, you're gonna make the playoffs. How in that scenario is Joe Burrow not MVP based on the projections of that defense? You know.
Yeah.
All right, number 5, the Broncos, 9.2 wins.
High.
Number 6,
High.
guys, I'm drinking the Broncos sauce.
I like Knicks, but
Texans, number 6, 8.8. Steelers, number 7, 8.7. And his final playoff team, Chargers, 8.5 wins.
So 3 AFC North teams.
AFC not as strong as I thought, bro.
It's not.
It's really not. It's so
It's
top
pretty
heavy.
top-heavy, yeah.
So top heavy.
All right, Patriots 9 at 8.4, Dolphins 10, 8, Jaguars 11, 7.9, Raiders 7.6. That rounds out the top 12.
Jags could be a little high there for us.
And the bottom feeders, the bottom 4, Colts at 13, 7.5, Titans at 14, 6.5, Jets 6.2 at 15, and the Browns all the way at the bottom at 16, 5.4 wins.
I'm so sick of this, man. Like, you can't be better than like some of those teams that you just named, Ryan. Like,
The Jets
Titans just had the number 1 overall pick. And I get that that's probably what's factoring into this, that they have Cam Ward and we do not. But, like, dude, like, this Browns roster, like, it shouldn't be worse than Tennessee. It shouldn't be worse than New York.
Just like our roster last year shouldn't have been better than Washington, but they got a quarterback. So that's why he's got to factor in.
Even Indy. But I've seen Daniel Jones beat us before.
Yeah,
So it's
last
like,
year.
They still have Jonathan Taylor.
So it's like, how can I say that? But then at the same time, know that I've seen these guys beat the Browns before. Same with the Jets. Like the Jets a couple of years ago beat the Browns. I don't know. It's such a crappy situation, man. I would like to believe that we're not that low. I would like to think that in a blue sky day where everything's going Joe Flacco's way,
We get 14.
you're better. You're better than the Colts. You're
the
better
Jets.
than the Jets. You're better than the Titans. You're the 4th worst team in the AFC.
Because the quarterback, the rookie, it could turn it around. I'll say we could be the third on a great year.
Yeah, because on the inverse with the Cam Ward thing, what if he's Jaden Daniels? You know,
And then they win 10 games and
you're
they're in the
far and away
playoffs.
worse than
Yeah,
us.
it's
And,
like it's-
people are gonna call me crazy,
he's been looking good.
but when I look
Very
at this picture of the AFC, I mentioned the top 8. It ends with the Chargers making the playoffs. That is when your whole 9 through 16. Again, that's Patriots, Dolphins, Jaguars, Raiders, Colts, Titans, Jets. I could sit here and legit make an argument all day that the Browns could be better than all of those teams. Now that's probably not going to happen. That's probably not the way it's going to play out. But why, like, when I'm looking at those teams, the top 8, they all have their quarterbacks, sans the Steelers, okay? But when I look at the bottom half of that, the 9 through 15, every team that I'm looking at has quarterback questions. Drake May probably going to be good. Okay, that's fine. Tua, let's see if he stays healthy. Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence, new regime. Okay, we'll see how that is.
Right.
And Geno Smith, the Raiders,
Yeah,
supposedly they
bridge
have their quarterback.
quarterback.
But then you're talking about Colts, Titans, Jets. Like, I'm not convinced the Browns are that bad.
I'm with you on
You
every
just can't
team.
convince me.
Every team except Patriots, Jags, Raiders. I just think they got a lot more to be excited about.
We were talking about it in the break, Ryan, too. Like, Field Yates had his first mock draft that came out, and the Browns are taking Arch Manning with the number 1 overall pick in that mock draft. But we mentioned 6 different quarterbacks go off the board in the first round of this Field Yates mock, and a lot of these are AFC teams. He's got the Jets taking a quarterback at 2. Okay, New Orleans in the NFC taking Klubnik. They're at 3, but like a lot of these AFC teams that you just named, the Colts, like need a QB.
And even when you go further than that, you have your teams that are clearly in need of a quarterback. But every year we see, I mean, like the Falcons when they drafted Penix. But my point is being Patriots, okay, no. But Dolphins, Tua, if he's not healthy, it gets another concussion, you have to think about taking a quarterback. If you're the Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence, I know he just signed the contract, but first of all, new regime, you could consider drafting a quarterback if they're bottom of the barrel. They probably won't, but that's my point. And the Raiders, Geno Smith, possibly, like, you signed him to what? I think it was a 2-3 year deal, but if he's not your future, okay, you're still not just going to pass up on a quarterback.
You could get Kirk Cousins.
And then the Colts, obviously, Titans no, but then the Jets, they're probably going to need a quarterback. There's gonna be a lot of teams that need a quarterback.
And it kind of doesn't it kind of amplify most, though. Doesn't it kind of amplify that, like, if things start off a little bit rocky, maybe you just say, you know what, hey, I'm not advocating to lose on purpose.
I don't think that's needed.
I'd LOP this year if you get to a certain point.
Because we got because of picks, and we're gonna be top 10 regardless. I think. I don't think there's a world where we end up out of the top 10.
But what I worry about, Rob, to like argue there, like what I worry about is say that the Browns have the 3rd pick, and the first pick is the New Orleans Saints, and the second pick is the New York Jets. Okay, congratulations that you have 3 and 10 overall. Good luck. You're taking the 3rd best quarterback and then probably an offensive tackle.
According to the teams,
I'd rather us have to take who's left. And you undo the Hunter trade. Basically.
Is that insane for me to say?
And I don't think you're moving both left. Like if I'm the Saints at 1, I'm not backing off of Arch Manning. No way.
Whenever we get our guy, it hasn't always worked out. Yeah. I don't know if I would hate us thinking less and just taking who's the best who's left or whatever we'd be forced to take in that scenario.
Yeah. I don't know if you want Andrew Berry taking the first.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I'm mad at that at this point. Like I think it'll be a good situation.
Could you imagine
keep the other pick and get another talented player?
Could you imagine a world
Because Klubnik could be there at 3.
You're on the clock at 1, and Arch Manning declares, and all of these guys have the college football seasons that we're expecting.
Like, and then we got to pick between 20
with the first pick, the commissioner comes out. Everybody thinks it's Arch Manning. Like people have already got the jerseys made.
Garrett
Nussmeier, and everybody's like, no.
That's what I want to avoid, bro. Like.
Or he'll do some dumb shit like trade out of the first round again next year and take like Carson Beck in the 4th round. He'll do the same shit again.
But like I can see them finally getting it right, just like because they're forced to it, like a Klubnik at 3. Like that's a world we could live in.
That kid's a dog.
Then you still get a tackle at 12 or 10 or wherever. Like
that's an interesting point because when's the last time the Browns picked a quarterback number 1 overall that was consensus? Hands down, without a doubt, the number 1. Like in the recent, because think about the recent years, is you've had the ones that I can remember the clear cut number 1s. Trevor Lawrence
had McNabb in his draft.
Trevor Lawrence wasn't.
I think most people still had him like pretty far above before the draft. I think he was like above McNabb. Yeah,
right. Projection. Like
because he was gross at Kentucky.
Trevor Lawrence by far was going to be the number 1 pick before they even turned in the card. Caleb Williams, Joe Burrow, Cam Ward. This is just pretty recent.
Yeah, every time we get it, there's someone.
Because Baker wasn't a consensus number 1.
Well, Baker's only number 1 overall quarterback we've taken, right?
Well, because you had it in the Miles draft.
And then we took Miles,
and they were, and it's a good thing they did because had they went QB, they were taking.
But even Tim Couch, how can you blame the Browns? Like you don't know what the hell was going to be around him. Maybe they could have drafted an offensive line for him first in hindsight, obviously, but you can't really put that one against him.
Baker pick was a solid pick.
Baker pick was solid.
Couch was an expansion team, so we were going to be bad.
I'll rest on that. The Baker pick was solid for the time. We would have messed up.
Who did you guys want coming into the draft that year? You wanted Baker.
So I'm about to sound.
I wanted Josh.
I'm going to sound so insane. I wanted Lamar, and you wouldn't even believe me, but I wanted us to take. I wanted Lamar. I didn't think we were going to get him. I thought
we're going to do the Saquon, Quentin Nelson type thing.
Yeah, I thought we were going to be able to get Lamar 2nd round or something around those instead of Chubb. I thought we were going to be able to get it was.
Well,
can't lie to you guys. I wanted Josh Rosen.
Imagine how different Lamar Jackson's career could have been.
Yeah, it might not have worked out. That's what I'm saying. I would sound insane. Hindsight is 2020. Right. But I did want Lamar.
All right, let's take a break. When we get back, got some other news and notes from around the NFL. We'll do that when we get back right here on The Big Factor. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to The Big Factor here on the Big Play Sports Network. Ryan Tyler, Jack O'Rourke, Nick Pannone, Rob Watson. We're skull clapping in the great 2025 Geauga County Fair. Nick, tell us all about it.
Get your tickets now, joggafair.com. What more needs to be said? We're just over a week away, 8 days away from the Geauga County Fair. Get your tickets, joggafair.com. The advanced ride tickets are available on there. The fair band schedule is up now. The horse show schedule is up. And for those interested, livestock sale information. We walking out of there with a cow or something, fellas. Get your tickets, joggafair.com. It's going to be a ton of fun. They've got, different things every night with the tractor pull. The demolition derby is like a must watch to see whose car could be the last one standing. I got in a little bit of an argument with Cam, my fiance, because I said, dude, you could go on Craigslist right now and buy a car for like $1,500 and then just go to like a scrapyard and try to build it up to be like as durable as humanly possible. Like you just add like doors and things to it, and you try to win the demolition derby, wear a helmet. And she's like, "You're such an idiot. Like you would quite literally never win the demolition derby." So get your tickets now, joggafair.com. I'm not in the demolition derby, but there will be people and there will be vehicles souped up to win this thing. You don't want to miss it. Get your tickets now, joggafair.com.
You talked about some bovine trading there, you said, for a second, right? Like there might be some livestock getting moved around. If you're the Cleveland Browns and Zach Zinter proves not worthy of that backup guard spot in the third preseason game, do you head out to the Geauga County Fair and just get some livestock to fill a spot in the middle?
I would just look in some of those like food lines and be like, "Hey, bro,
hey, can you pull?"
Yeah, we could get someone at nose tackle there. Just take up a gap. Be a double team.
That's what I'm saying.
Sean Rogers.
Such a simple playbook to read too. Like, hey, okay, when the line goes this way, you just need to fall forward, and the running back is just lock in on them, and you'll be solid.
All right, guys, news and notes from around the NFL. Colts officially announced Daniel Jones will be their week 1 starter. Anthony Richardson will be the backup to start the season. Anthony Richardson's agent, not too happy about the decision, says he believes he's done everything in the offseason and the preseason that he deserved to be the starter. However, that's not the case. Shane Steichen goes with the journeyman quarterback. Now on his third team, which is a little bit crazy to think about Daniel Jones because he spent the brief stint with the Vikings. He'll be the starter for the Indianapolis Colts. Anthony Richardson, unfortunate start to his career. Remember, he was drafted, I believe it was top 4 out of Florida, but never really panned out. The accuracy was never there. The talent, undoubtedly, but never was able to put it all together.
So let's talk about it because it will now be the next move that determines the rest of his career. We saw a guy, I think, was Fields' second team Pittsburgh?
Yes.
So when you go to it, if you don't get the right code, like Tomlin, defensive guy, didn't get the right development. What's the teams that he could get sent to as his second team?
Oh,
turn him
there's
around?
one easy dream scenario for Anthony Richardson. If best case scenario, Los Angeles Rams.
I sent you that yesterday, bro. Yeah. And that would there's options. I saw O'Connell talking to him after the game. I think that's another good spot where a guy could kind of be the whisperer, revive their career a little bit, make them look good. The talent is there. I think it's just going to depend on where he goes. Colts situation obviously wasn't it, but there are places he could go where all of a sudden someone takes that talent and molds it into the superstar he could be.
What if he goes to Pittsburgh?
No. That's where I thought you guys were going to go with it for a second.
Do I think that's a great place for him to go?
Work out for him.
No, I don't.
Not the spot.
But again, when we're talking about teams that are potentially going to need a quarterback.
Arthur Smith, though, QB whisperer?
Because I got to imagine the price is
DK Metcalf. You've got some
weapons out there.
Weapons,
yeah, Jalen Warren.
More so than you do in Indy.
Not seeing
Here we go.
Steelers.
Yeah, unfortunate. Other news, Matthew Stafford finally returns to practice. Good news for the Rams. If not, they would have been with Jimmy G.
Yeah, this is because I think the Rams could be very good this year. But obviously
tell everyone I like Devontae Adams in LA.
Yeah, me too. Dude. But the thing is I like Devontae Adams in LA. I like what the Rams have done, but without Matt Stafford, I don't really like any of it at all. So him being healthy is going to be big, especially come Friday when we look at our division winner bets on FanDuel.
Last one, Brian Robinson Jr. getting shopped by the Washington Commanders.
Dude, they're being shameless about it too. I feel bad for him.
Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, 7th-round pick out of Arizona.
A dog. Bill.
Who likes to go by the name Bill. I have not read into the reason why, but I'll say Bill Krosky-Merritt.
They said on the broadcast on Monday Night Football, because growing up he looked like Little Bill, so people would call him Bill. And
That's
then
funny. A dog.
Yeah.
If we didn't get it settled with Quinshawn, I would have been calling for us to see what it would take to get.
We have it scheduled. Do we have it settled with
Yeah.
Quinshawn?
Yeah, so
I don't
maybe
see a
still, but
contract.
he's the kind of guy in between the tackles that I would have said we needed. I don't know. Maybe if we don't, we need to still hit the phone lines. Wouldn't hate it. Not the most popularized running back, but definitely the change of pace. I would buy into Robinson and Sampson being the punch and dash duo in the backfield. You know what I mean? For a couple weeks leading up to if they think Quinshawn Judkins is still going to be a case we don't have settled early.
Especially Ryan, because they said like the Brian Robinson has like virtually no market. Here's like the thing with Quinshawn, right? Is it's one of those scenarios where I'm seeing this and I'm understanding it from both sides. Like from Quinshawn's side and his agent, they want that guaranteed money still, even with the slip up, because the guy that was drafted before him and the guy that was drafted after him there in the second round got fully guaranteed deals. And he's looking at Isaiah Bond saying, hey, well, what that guy was accused of is just as bad, if not worse, than what my clients got. And you gave him a 3-year fully guaranteed
That's
deal.
where I thought they slipped up, was giving Bond the guaranteed
So-
money.
so-
Why
Because
did
Bond's
they-
signed here though without
But
the
for
guarantee.
the Browns, their counter argument would be,
didn't
well,
have
that's
the
an
slip up,
undrafted
though.
free agent. That's a 3-year deal worth $3 million. If he is a head case, we're cutting him loose. Like, that's not an apples to apples comparison. I think both sides here are going to remain dug in. And what's getting lost is like practice every day. Quinshawn is missing like invaluable reps to his rookie season. And even when he puts pen to paper, if that happens, like, he's going to be behind the 8 ball in
I
a
think
pretty
he's
big
a
way.
dog. I think he'll be able to catch up, but I don't want to see this turn into a thing. But I don't think he's going to get the guaranteed money. I don't think they will give it to him, and I think that's solely on him. Granted, whatever happened that we don't know about, it could be unfortunate that it happened to him. We never
Right.
know. We don't know. We weren't there. But I don't think he's going to get the money. On top of him having a history of some issues of, maybe being a head case at some point, I think it's just going to be working against them. And obviously, like you said, the Bond scenario, completely different thing. And then the other 2 players around you didn't have cases, and they signed however long ago. So I just think he's going to have to kind of give up a little bit. He's still going to get a nice contract, but not fully guaranteed.
It's all about that second contract. All right, let's take a break. When we get back, let's try to win some more money. We finally cashed in on our FanDuel parlay of the day. Let's go for 2 in a row when we get back right here on The Big Factor. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to The Big Factor on the Big Play Sports Network, presented by FanDuel. Ryan, Tyler, Jack Rourke, Nick Pedone, Rob Watson. Nick, I say it every day, and every day it gets even closer to that August 26th date, a very special day for our friends at FanDuel.
Well, our parlay of the day on the Big Factor hit yesterday, so that helps our bankroll as we get ready for FanDuel Futures Day on Tuesday, August 26th. It is FanDuel Futures Day, a new holiday for football fans. It's 24 hours of deals on all of your favorite football season predictions. So take a flyer on the MVP race, crown your champion in August. Our parlay, your division winner dark horses. Mark your calendar. This is your day for your hunches, your hot takes, your calls, and your odds. Visit the FanDuel app today. Start planning your future bets now, because FanDuel Futures Day is one day and one day only. FanDuel, play your game. Must be 21 plus and present in select states. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG.
Jack, my friend, Are you ready to go for 2 in a row?
It's a what have you done for me lately league, Ryan, so it's a good thing that we're back again today with the FanDuel parlay of the day, this time coming in at plus 862. Started off with Nick's leg. It is shove day for Parker Messick making his major league debut for our guards. The big boy himself on the mound against the Diamond Dogs. We're taking the Guards on the road. Then Ryan hitting up 2 bad baseball teams. The Cardinals, they don't really hit much. The Marlins, they don't really hit much. We got a nerfy going on in that game. Then the Miz Kid on the mound for the Brewers. We're taking the Brew Crew in the battle of the NL Central. Who's going to win that division? Brewers taking that one today. And then Rob, how much better could you get than Shohei Ohtani on the bump against the Colorado friggin' Rockies, right? This is what you got to do, folks. Guards money line plus 104, Nerfy Cardinals Marlins minus 111, Brewers money line minus 116, Dodgers money line minus 300. Put them all together, 4-leg parlay plus 862 in the FanDuel Sportsbook. We're coming off a W, and fellas, we ain't done yet. We're coming right back.
All right,
go.
baby. Cleveland Guardians money line, Nerfy in the St. Louis Cardinals Miami Marlins game, Milwaukee Brewers money line, and Dodgers money line. Jack, thank you very much. All right, guys,
Anytime, brother.
appreciate everybody tuning into the Big Factor here on the Big Play Sports Network, presented by FanDuel. Shout out Fairway Forge, shout out Garage Beer, shout out the 2025
Shout out to
Great
Joey
Jogga
Pfaff.
County Fair, and shout out Joey Pfaff. All right, guys, we'll be back tomorrow, same people, same time. Until then, we'll see you later. Take it easy.